Stonebwoy top skanker, and as I promised earlier, the only artist with quadruple hits this year in the whole Ghana. Yeah. The one, the only has joined me in the studio. How are you feeling, man?
Skanky.
4 songs on the bounce, back to back to back, super hits. How does that make you feel as an artist?
Yeah, man, to keep on churning out hit songs, you know, hits after hits after hits. Actually, the criteria is not to make hit songs, but to make songs that can fit in a certain space, that can relate to some class of people. Yeah. And then it turns out to be that the majority relates to it, so then it becomes a big song eventually.
Do you get scared or nervous when you're releasing new music, as big as you are? You know, because like we said, 4 songs on the bounce, the whole Ghana. Let's say your next song is coming up. Do you get a little nervous when you're releasing new music?
Nervousness is like dropping something I'm not too sure about, you know what I mean? But every time I put out a song, my team and I, you know, listen and go through it. Okay. And then, you know, before we drop the song, we should know what type of persons we want to relate to with the song. So then it never misses, because it would have had a certain amount of message that can relate to so and so persons. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it ends up reaching them. Yeah. So anybody who can relate to the song, and it gets there for me. So literally, I'm not too nervous, because it doesn't happen that I only drop songs to make hits. Like, I want to throw the song out so that it becomes like big. No, I target a certain people, you know, who I know will be going through or can relate to such a piece. Then on to the next one.
Nice. Still live on Foresight TV Music Box. You can ask him anything on social media. Facebook Foresight TV, Instagram Foresight TV, and Twitter, of course, it has official Foresight TV. But today you're here for a specific reason, right? The Boom concert is going to be coming in December. But before that is Ashaiman to the Word. How excited are you, man, about this coming concert?
Where we come from, ASHAI, man. Mentally smart and physically strong, can chameleon tackle a 1,000, kill them all and come back alone. Done where we say it at the city at the Asela. Say the you them a bill a spliff in a plantain leaf, cause them can't find no resila. And at that show you say no. You understand the thing now? At the city where we are represent for. At this we born and grow, at this we know where we know. At this, and I mean 5 years in a row. It was not easy to pull off the first one. It was not easy to pull off the second, the third, the fourth, and now the 5th one is here. Saka Park is going to host it for the 3rd time. Mandela Park hosted it for 2 times. And this show, in the history of Ghana, literally, and for Ashaiman, is the only big show that brings artists from across the country to represent for the people. Literally at the end of the day, once everybody comes together, it represents peace. So to fundamentally preach peace and unity, and then bring entertainment and fun to them. Last year I had like 40,000 plus people, which was amazing, and that's why I composed Hero on stage when it was raining.
The biggest?
That's the biggest, literally. record has been broken. The first year was like huge, never seen. The second year was never seen. So the 5th year now, let's see what happens.
Probably never seen.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I'm so optimistic because even if it stays between the ranges of 40,000 plus,
still crazy.
It's still crazy.
But why do you think it's so important for artists to represent their hoods, especially the way you're doing? You know, definitely we have different artists represent different. But why do you think it's so important for you to put Ashaiman out to the world just the way you're doing?
To begin with, I'm blessed to have been born in Ashaiman.
Amen to that.
Yeah, man. Because Ashaiman is a big city that hosts everybody. You find everybody from every ethnic group residing there, finding their hustle. You know, you find the classes of mid-class and all these people. So to be born in a place like this with all these influences and things going around, for me is a blessing. And also to be blessed enough by the grace of God to root out as the biggest artist that Ashaiman has ever had. I don't know about the 1800s, 1900s, but now in the 2000s,
it's Stonebwoy.
Why not? I may not have it all, but I see it as worthy to go through the hustle, management, myself, you know, to put this through. And we're happy, and I know Ashaiman people are happy, and they can now stand proud, you know, because Ashaiman used to be tagged with a wrong image that we couldn't even say will come from Ashaiman. Nobody you can ask, anybody who gets out of Ashaiman, there was a name tag that wasn't pleasing. So, excuse me to say, these are the thieves, these are the armed robbers, these are the thug, these are the trouble.
And it's your mission to change this.
And so I only find myself in a place where I realized that no, this is the time to stand proud. It wasn't easy at first, but then I was probably one of the only persons gaining prominence that was still very proud of where I came from. You know, for the fact that this platform is actually being created to serve certain purposes. As in, you know, I cannot possibly produce or have every underground artist at my stable, you know, or give them strength directly, you know. But with a platform like this, some underground artists can find a slot, perform, get seen, and then it continues from there. And also, other artists who are made already, you know, would want to use the opportunity to touch base with their fans every time. You know, like every year, once in a year, you know that there are a cross-section of fans in Ashaiman who are, because Ashaiman is huge, it's densely populated, so you can imagine. So it's really important that I do not share the stage alone as like a greedy person would. And that would even be boring, literally, because it's better when there are more hands. You see me?
In reference to that, I mean, last year, one of the craziest things, one of the biggest things for the music industry happened. And a lot of people were
and it was on the platform.
A lot of people were proud of you for the fact that let Shatta Wale come to perform on your platform. Why did you think that was necessary in spite of everything that was happening? Or hearsay from people?
Yeah, first and foremost, it takes only a matured mind to know that peace is the ultimate goal. To know that living in peace breeds all other things. Success, you know, the more, the merrier. You know what I mean? And it was necessary to be the bigger man, you know, like against my fans, you know, the hardcore fans who probably are still angry about that. But I'm angry about it too.
Why, Stonebwoy? Why are you angry about that?
I mean, at the time, I was angry about it, but I had to let go of that part of me that would stick to defend me in that motion, you know. And then listen to the other one that is actually looking towards the bigger image. And that's my platform. It takes nothing away from me. It only adds up that once upon a time, I did that benevolent stuff. Because what would I then gain? I trust that I would gain respect, and I would be promoting peace and unity at the end of the day, because in peace and in unity we all thrive. Better than being selfish, you know what I mean, and trying to cut bridges.
So in reference to that still, was it a surprise? Is it a discussion you had for him to be a part of that? Because like I said, for a whole year, people are still talking about, like you said, the benevolent attitude you put out there and positive vibes. So was it something that was discussed with your team, with your manager, or was it a surprise from Shatta Wale?
As far as I'm concerned, you know, it began with mentions that he wanted to, because if he was asked, he was like, oh, would you go to his show? He was like, yeah, I would go, tell him, but I knew that he would love to, because that's an end that he couldn't access at the time due to some of the behaviors, you feel me?
That crowd,
he couldn't access the end at the time due to some of the behaviors and the supposed rivalry and all of those, and the steppings on people's toes and all of that. But I had to be a bigger man to just keep mute. So I kept mute, and I did neither second the idea nor opposed it. So I was calm. But on the last day, you know, they called my manager, and then I'm like, why not? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't take anything away from me. These are my people. This is my platform, and only go a step further to show that I will sacrifice for the better. I would sacrifice for a positive cause. So I did. What did it take from me? 5 minutes on stage took nothing. You see,
I was called and you opened your arms.
He was trembling, and he fell. And all them one day. It's just one of those. It's an easy thing for me.
Nice one. Moving forward, do you think there's enough positivity in Ghanaian music right now? And I have a reason for this particular question.
You see, I always say that I can only talk about myself and the amount of positivity that I can inject into the industry, which is what I'm doing. So I can't talk for anybody else. So I can only measure the amount of positivity injected into the industry by the amount that I'm injecting. So hopefully, I trust that it's substantial enough for people to see.
It's substantially enough. So, in spite of everything that's happened, Stonebwoy, if Shatta wanted to perform at your concert, because Samini did tweet, you guys were there to surprise him. Unfortunately, for whatever reasons, you weren't allowed to perform. Would you allow Shatta Wale perform at your Ashaiman to the World concert?
Personally, I think there's an amount of disrespect in there, because, you know, where I speak to my senior brother Samini, and we decided to take yet another step towards trying to make Ghanaians feel happy about our industry, because they're complaining. They're like, oh, every time it's just beef, it's just that. And we have been well traveled enough and done so many top things, to both Samini and I, to look at the thing from a different perspective, to know that it's not actually beneficiary to the industry. So we take this, sacrificial step, owing to the fact that even as one part of us wouldn't agree to that, likewise the other fans
still overlook that,
and then we put it. So first and foremost, I will see it as a disrespect, if you know what I mean. And then later on, we all heard what the excuses were and all of that. Meanwhile, we have allowed number of times, you know what I mean. So I feel like somebody will say, we wouldn't also know. We wouldn't know, say, we will not go no.
Even if he puts out a request.
I think, to be sincere, a good 10 deserves the other. They say, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, just voila for checking.
Tear the check, it's not going to happen.
A good 10 deserves the other, so that's it.
Nice one. On Positive Vibes, tell us, where is it happening? When is it happening? Any surprises? People want to know, is Samini going to perform?
Yeah, man.
How long are you going to be on stage for? Tell us, man.
Anyway, I'm so excited about that part, you know. This is actually an event or a concert that has come to stay. Thank God for holding us on and strong to be able to kick it for the 5th year. And I know that it is now very, 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 and has been attractive enough to bring, you know, to bring all other superstars or undergrounds or musicians that I respect a lot, actors, actresses who come backstage to support. And this year is going to have a lot more of us trooping into Ashaiman again, and I'm making Ashaiman that hub, that Kedo hub, or that city that people have to always come once in a year to witness the energy. You can imagine the energy, and we're not gonna drain out the people, but we're gonna stay on to make sure they enjoy themselves proper, like, you know, churn out the hit songs, you know.
Probably create another song on stage. You never know. Because Hero was on stage.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? This reminds me, because all the times that the show has happened, it rains when I'm performing. So I attach some amount of special feeling to that show. You know what I mean? So watch out for the likes of Sarkodie, Yapono, my big brother Samini, you know what I mean? Everybody coming through, Darko Vibes, King Promise, Kelvin Boy, like, you know what I mean? Everybody. I don't think there's a need to be surprised. Last year was when Hatapa made his monstrous hit, and it was crazy. It was total mayhem. You know?
It was.
Man. And this year is going to be another, because my people love music, man. They come, they support, the energy, they enjoy, because they know that we go through a lot to bring that to them. From logistics to everything, you know, because on the regular, it would have been like a packed show that had to have people pay to come. But this is like a charity from me, from us, to our people.
When and where
on exactly? The 27th.
Please tell us.
On the 27th of October. It is a Saturday. So you guys make sure you come. Asaka Park is on the left-hand side when you're going to Ashaiman from Accra. You know what I mean? And on your right-hand side, immediately after the toll, when you're coming from Ashaiman or Tema to Accra. So you will see like a huge crowd hanging on, enjoying, big stage, big sound. You know, so big up everybody that is involved, everybody that's made it possible already, though the show hasn't kicked off yet. I'm so honored and thankful for your support, you know, both from logistics to wherever, however. We're grateful, people of Ashaiman are grateful, you know, the security men. And this year we promise to beef up the security more and more. But one thing I definitely want to send across is that, listen, even if I bring 500 seal from America and there's the intention to mess up, do you get what I'm saying? Even if I do you have 500
of that happening?
Yeah, so that's what I'm coming like.
Show,
you know, it's the minds of the people, and I would want to address this humbly.
Please do.
Like, no matter the amount of security we employ, right? If it is in the minds of some group of persons, a person to come and cause trouble, they will still cause trouble. They will still look to cause trouble. They will still make sure that they find an opportunity to cause trouble. So, although we're going to beef up security and make it more tougher, I beg with my people to know that it could get rough when you break the rules or try to do something wrong. Just come out there, enjoy yourself. It's going to be crowded, and so there are a lot of people, and you know, dealing with people is really hectic. You know what I mean? So I'd love the people to be of an understanding mind, to know that we're here not to cause troubles, to watch our favorite artists, to support the movement and keep Ashaiman to the World Concert alive. Seeing? So we're going to beef up security, but first and foremost, I feel the need to address my people, to make them know that we want them to be of a sane mind, not to come to cause a mess. That would be much. I know better the same. Say, I go for security. The security will be there, will be beefed up, but when the people come in and do work.
Before you do leave us, one thing I want you to do is to tell the fan out there who's tuned in, what do you want to tell them, you know, in spite of everything that's happening. Let's be honest, with Shatawale, you not being allowed to perform, even though you did let him perform at your concert, with this concert coming up, talking about security and people to be safe, the Ashaiman concert, what do you want to tell that fan who's tuned in right now to Stonebwoy?
Bless up. First and foremost, I think I'll use this platform to want to beg that I do not get associated with anything controversial, especially from the said artist anymore, because I have definitely proven myself to to be one who is not at war, to be one who is not beefing with nobody. So it's enough ride, you feel me? So that's on the side. And security is going to be beefed up, and you know what I mean? I'm ready to perform. Your sexiest Rastaman is going to be there. Top Skanker is going to be there. Ghetto Youth, make sure you roll out all from Lima, everywhere. Tamale, Kumase, Takrady, Kufuria. Yo, grab a banner, grab a flag, grab a t-shirt, grab a souvenir, come over. You don't know. Real vibes, inspiring messages, you get me? This is a true revival. Ashaiman to the world.
Yeah, Ashaiman to the world live right here on Foresight TV Music Box. We never do this, but like I said, you're the only one who had probably this year quadruple hits. So which one of your songs you want us to play on the show for the fans, man?
For the fans?
Probably two.
I know you should play Manime. Okay. And I'm not going to do the work without the pay. Imagine if for run and maybe yes. Yeah, you know that. Yeah, and then Top Skanker. Anytime we pass through, like the Grand Godzilla, I am the killer, killing every negative and bad mind filler, soul healer, musical dealer, selling faster than crack and coke and tequila. We are run dance all. From out of Ashaiman to the world, our name them a call. Original Top Skanker. Pick up the fans, Gambia run Dakar. Every ghetto youth know you a star. No matter where you come from, the world we are in Africa. Skanky, Top Skanker.
Foresight TV Music Box.